This is a video for the Fetiche des Rouges Syndicate. Well guys, we had Radish back out at the mighty Pinetop Horse Trials over the weekend. He was so wild and excited the first event of the year. I decided to put him in the same class again. It was a little bit of an easier class. It was the open modified. I just felt like Radish, he jumped around well and went clear and everything, but he was very full of himself. So I decided to play it a little bit safe and just keep him in a real easy class one more time here at Pinetop, and Radish showed a lot of improvement. We'd been sort of working on his rideability, and the hardest thing is he's actually quite relaxed and chill at home in training, and then when he gets to a competition he really gets spicy and fired up. I actually took him to a jumping show early last week at Bruce's Field. It was just a schooling jumping show, and it was actually a bit disappointing. He was very fresh and electric in the first round, and was quite spicy, and then I went outside and worked him a little bit more, and our second round was much better. I decided after that to change his bit. I'm not a big bit person, but sometimes when Radish gets fired up, I sort of lose control a little bit of his head and neck, and so I decided to put on a sort of elevator type bit and schooled him in a little bit at home. He got another little jump school before this competition, and it really worked well with him. So changing his equipment for this competition was a huge change, an improvement, and also I think I've got a bit of a different strategy now of warming him up and trying to keep him a little bit mellow for the class. All in all, he was very, very good. This dressage test was the winning dressage test of the class. I think he got a 26 or something like that from memory. He was very good. 26.5, which is a very, very good score. Now, by saying that, he should be getting that. This is an easy test for him. I will say it's a bit tricky riding him in the small ring. It's the 20 by 40 arena, which is a huge pain on a nice moving horse like this, because you can never really open them up. I think eventually he's going to do a super duper sensational dressage test at the higher levels. He's a nice mover. He's creates a nice picture, and he's got 3 great paces. I think our next competition is going to be the Carolina International. I'm sort of toying the idea of taking him in the 3-star there, but I don't know whether I'd be better just to do the 2-star and then at the next show after that, which would be up north, then put him in the 3-star level. There's no question of this horse's ability. He's a fantastic galloper, great jumper. He's just a little over enthusiastic, and my goal at the beginning parts of this year is to really make sure that we're not just flying around the course, ripping him back for the jumps and doing it half out of control. For him to be a champion 5-star horse, we need him very, very rideable. So it's a little bit easier to address those small issues over the smaller jumps. Radish will probably head back to Pennsylvania in about 10 days' time, and it'd be good to actually get him on the hills up there. We've been getting him very, very fit down here, which also adds a little bit to his energy problem in the jumping and the cross country. Is when he's full of feed and very, very fit. He's quite an excitable character. Anyway, all in all, that was a good test, 26.5. And then the highlight of my weekend was this round of jumping. I was too embarrassed to send you the videos from our jumping schooling show on Tuesday. He was an orangutan, and but today in this round he was brilliant, and you can see I've got just a slightly bigger sort of bit on him. And the hard part with Radish is he sort of charges at the jumps a little bit, and the tricky part for me is not to sort of yank him back and fight him where his head goes up in the air. So I'm trying to keep his neck long and trying to slow him down without sort of jerking him back. And it's a real art of not trying to do everything softly and smoothly and keeping a nice open stride. And I feel like this round of show jumping, even though it's pathetically small for Radish, he actually stayed in a good rhythm and had a good balance through the course. So I've got to obviously maintain this as the jumps get bigger. I lost him a little bit there, but then after this I gathered him up again. Radish has been very, very healthy, touch wood. We have our vets check them sort of all over once every sort of 2 weeks. They come over and do a bit of a physical on them, and he's very, very healthy, sound horse, which is nice for their longevity. Then this is Saturday. The dressage and show jumping was on Friday, and then Saturday was the cross country. And again, my goal was to try and meet these jumps where I'm sort of not fighting him back too much. He's going to be a very fast horse. He's a lot of thoroughbred, and the hard part with Radish is he sees the jumps and he runs at it. And so with these smaller courses, I'm just gently trying to keep him in a sort of an even rhythm and trying to not sort of get faster or slower to the jumps. And I felt like we did a lot better this week. Good news, it wasn't really important, but we won the class. He sort of went under the time, which because he's such a fast horse, the time's always going to be very doable, but it's more trying to go around the cross-country course in a smooth way. Peter Wild's going to be in Aiken this coming week. So I'll probably do some jumping training with Peter later this week, and then over the weekend Radish will head back to Pennsylvania for a couple of weeks, and then we'll sort of turn him around and come back to the Carolina International. And again, trying to figure out if our plan would be to do the 2-star or 3-star there. We'll just see how he's training. Our big goal is going to be the Bromont 3-star long. That's in May, so we've got plenty of time to improve Radish. The fitness is going to be no problem. He's sort of an eternally fit horse, which is a wonderful thing to have, especially when you get to Bromont, when it's quite a relentless long endurance test. And I really feel like we've got Radish in a good place. I'm very, very confident with him. I feel like we're just in this little period of transition where we're just trying to make sure that we've got a really well-trained horse for the future. But everything's in good shape, guys.